Radhe Radhe. So I'm gonna do another blog entry. Here we go. And this blog entry is again from about a year ago, where I was still about 2 or 3 months into being in Seattle in the rainy season and things in my minivan, and just having had put on orange for a month or two and still not sure what was going on, and making that huge leap of faith and that choice and that decision to do it. And Rādha and Krishna is there, but I'm isolated, but I'm not, but I'm surrounded by people, but isolated, but not. It was wild. And so this was a big realization I had come through in this blog entry. Okay, so here we go. Blog entry 140 from 10/13 of 2024. Okay, brace yourselves. If anyone is reading or listening to this, this Bhakti path is the hardest thing on earth to follow. We will never fully understand why we are doing it. We are only chasing divine love of God. We cope by rationalizing a certain place or understanding, taking steps that often feel impossible, and those ideas or strategies get dismantled, and we are left feeling alone, thinking we made the worst possible choice in pursuing this divine love. This is meant to challenge us to cultivate blind faith and to take massive steps towards divine love, even without full understanding or patience for anything else. The discipline, the robes, the practices, they're all external forms that demand surrender and consistency. The bliss still comes and goes. It doesn't stabilize. The intensity has drastically increased, but doesn't matter if it doesn't last. I don't yet know how that will unfold. Rādha and Krishna seem to want me without anyone else to discuss this with. My guru focuses mainly on his meditation more than anything else, so I must function as if he isn't there often when I have questions and things. There is one other person, and they are kind, but it's not the same as being able to connect and feel truly supported. Krishna says, I don't fully understand what's going on, and I didn't have the understanding beforehand to make this part any easier. So the love of Krishna and Radha is the most addictive thing in all of existence. Hear this, reader or listener, all of existence. I speak from experience. I have seen much, remembered more from past lives, and yet Krishna's love, Radha and Krishna's love, remains the most amazing, the most intoxicating, and the most real thing in all of existence. So the thing I think about here is the conversation of our soul is used to that endless, deep, fulfilling love, divine love of God, of Radha and Krishna, that touches every part of our being simultaneously, where we feel held and loved and supported and fulfilled and completely connected in every way possible. And again, this is where all of the material things and the material life will fall short of quenching that thirst, that need for love, that wanting for love, because of what our soul is used to. So the only thing that can really help our soul and us feel fulfilled is to grow our love for God. And as we grow our love for God, then we grow our ability to feel God's love. We grow our ability to hold Radha and Krishna's love. We grow our ability to access Radha and Krishna's love and be with them and have them in our lives. And we feel the presence of God more every day in everything that we do. And so if you think about it like this, pick any relationship in your life. Pick a friend, think about your partner, think about a neighbor, think about a cousin, think about a family member, and think about how much time you spend thinking about this person, right? And then think about the relationship that you have with that person. So it kind of contrasts, you know? So like your neighbor, you may think of once a week when you see them and you go roll in your trash can at the same time. Or your family member that you're close to, you may call them like once a week or maybe every other day. Or if it's your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend, you're going to think about them every day a lot. So if you think about that in comparison to your devotion, or how often do you think about God? So if you start to weave in thinking about God, now this does not mean that you need to get rid of all those people in your lives, right? It does not mean that you need to isolate yourself. It does not mean that you have to move to a mountaintop and cut connection with everything. No. What it means is you connect God with each of those things. Here's an example. So for me, Radha and Krishna, right? So if I'm hanging out with the family member, I picture Radha and Krishna there with us. If I'm hanging out with a neighbor, same. I picture Radha and Krishna there with us. Back before I was an orange and a long time ago in relationships, I would picture Radha and Krishna there with us. When I take a trip and it's just me driving, I picture Radha and Krishna there with me. So you just attach what helps you connect God to what you're already doing and to those relationships. And I would do it in different ways. One way is when the person's talking, imagine Radha and Krishna there listening. That's one thing I would do. And I would be like, yeah, okay. Or even at work, coworkers, the same. We spend so much time at work in our lives. So if coworkers were talking, I would just picture Radha and Krishna there and see what they would think about it. Or if my boss was talking, same. Or if a customer came in at the place I was working at the different times, same. And the biggest purpose would be that engagement in that relationship with God would grow my relationship with God. And so I could have this internal dialogue going nonstop simultaneously while doing the things I have to do to live and live life. And that's the key to building a really amazing relationship with God. And you don't have to go to a certain place, eat a certain thing, isolate yourself, close all these things off. Now, those are all tools, and those have a purpose and a place. But if you can just connect God to what you're already doing, those tools aren't as necessary as people think they are at times. Because the love grows, the divine love grows, your soul feels it, it resonates with it, it fulfills so much more of your life, and it just makes everything better in countless ways. Absolutely countless. Yeah. All right, well, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for following along, and have a great rest of your day. Radhe, 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 Radhe. Radhe, Radhe. Radhe, 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 Radhe.